coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Lombardi Leap, here with Mercy FB. Let's talk Packers football. Specifically, Packers pulled one out 27-23 over Arizona. I mean, we both kind of said it was going to be like a close game. And I like for weeks leading up to it was like, I don't know about this game.
Yeah, like all of their losses up to this point have been within like 9 point or had totaled to 9 points. So, and they gave the Colts all they could handle the week prior. So, they are a good team. They're just kind of having unfortunate situations happen to them.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. Or they make some like boneheaded decisions when they're not a team that can really afford to. I mean, overall though, obviously, like there's a lot of good, and I mean, people want to say that the Cardinals are a bad team, and we talked about this last episode, like how I talked about how like overall they're probably like PFF grades them at like 25th overall, but they don't feel like a that bad of a team.
No, they feel kind of like a wild card team if everyone's healthy.
Yeah, they definitely feel like a team that's better than their record here. I mean, Micah Parsons probably had one of the best defensive performances that I've seen from a Packer player since what, maybe like Charles Woodson taking over a game?
Charles or Clay, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I know, I mean, I was like 5 for Reggie White, so I don't really remember too much there for him.
There, I'm just trying to think. Does he have a game like that ever?
Mm, no. Like Micah Parsons was all over the
He
place
was
and just
everywhere.
dominated every chance he could. I mean, he literally said, "You know what? Fine. I'll do it myself."
He was like, corners can't hold him in coverage? Oh, just wait. You won't have enough time to throw it.
Yeah, that was again, it's another week, another story. What this is like what, 3 weeks in a row now?
Yeah, it's starting to feel like the definition of insanity, just doing the same thing over again and expecting it to work. But it's good to stack wins over NFC teams for playoff picture. And even the rough games are good learning experience. Like you get more reps under your belt, tougher situations, and it's good too when it's a team that you don't expect to give it to you.
And to go on the road.
And to go on the road. It felt like a home game though. You see that post game, Jacoby Brissett said to the media that pretty much from their first drive that the Cardinals offense was in a silent count.
Yeah, that is crazy. I know that
Yeah.
Arizona is like a big Midwestern retirement area too. So, I mean, from the pictures I saw leading up to the game, there was a lot of Packers fans there, and like you could even hear at one point going over the broadcast. You could hear "Go Pack Go" and
I did
Packers
hear that
chants.
one.
That was pretty crazy.
I also too would like to mention just another thing. The Packers the plane carrying the players and coaching staff was delayed on the tarmac for 5 hours in Green Bay. So that was another wrinkle they kind of had to overcome. But
And a couple people were sick, pretty bad.
yeah, so as all of that, we kind of we got the big picture of it's good to stack wins. It's good to get the experience, and you can never be upset at a win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like part of me wants to be upset, but we're 4-1-1. We're number 1 in the NFC right now. Obviously,
Mhm.
like things can change in a heartbeat, but it's like, yeah, I'm glad we're 4-1-1, but man,
It doesn't feel like it's been a tough 4-1-1.
yeah, definitely a very very tough 4-1-1. And like it is good to have, like you said, it's good to have games like this where I mean, they were pretty much down playing from like behind the
Till
entire
like the
game.
middle of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, until Micah Parsons again, and I mean, I think like we'll start with the offense here because there was again a lot more good in the offense. I mean, most of my qualms, I don't know about you, but most of my qualms primarily came from the defense. Like I do have a couple issues with the offense.
Yeah, I feel I don't have issues so much to say as I think it's time for a couple discussions to kind of start.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I mean, Jordan Love, I props to him for taking the next level and basically telling Matt LaFleur saying, "Hey, we need to be aggressive here and we need to go for it on that 4th down play." Because that was all pretty much Jordan Love. I think Matt LaFleur said after the game, what was that money quote he had?
Scared money don't make money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm glad Matt LaFleur
He
finally
actually said that. I
decided.
thought that must be an old quote, I think.
Maybe it's an old quote. I don't know. Maybe somebody's just making it up.
Yeah.
But
It was a good
like
quote.
that, yeah, it's appropriate, and I'm glad that Matt Lafleur, because that's been one of the criticisms. I think fair criticisms of Matt Lafleur is that he's been overly conservative at times here,
I agree.
and Jordan Love's proven that he's I mean, top 8 quarterback. Would you agree?
Yes.
And
Yes, I
if
would. I would put
yeah,
him I would put him top 8.
top 8. I think that's pretty good right now. And if you have a top 8 quarterback, I'm gonna trust my top 8 quarterback to ball out.
Mhm.
And Jordan Love's playing efficient, not turning the ball over.
No.
Got lucky a couple times,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm not gonna complain about 201 yards and 1 touchdown from him. Like that's a
No.
clean, efficient game.
Yeah, 201 all-purpose yards one touchdown pass is pretty clean, efficient. Like you could see him too. He looked poised pre-snap. He knew what to do. Nothing really seemed to like worry him or anything. Pressure he had a good job dealing with too. I think there was still like one bad sack where it's like situationally you just don't want to have that happen.
Yeah.
But that's a
Mhm.
conversation I'll get into in a bit. I kind of want to talk about kind of like our positives with the offense, and then I can say my offensive issues, which I think might be the same as yours, and then we can swap over to the defense. So you want to talk about our receivers now, or our pass catchers in Tucker, Romeo, and Matthew Golden?
Dude, I mean, you wanna talk about Tucker Craft? Because like, Tucker Craft is top top 3 tight end.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one.
I mean, what can't he do?
Nothing.
Legitimately.
He's everything. It depends. Well, top three. It depends on where you put Brock and Kittle, or Brock and then Kittle when healthy. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, Kittle, I mean, this year, right now, I mean, Kittle hasn't been
mhm.
playing at all. I mean, Brock Bowers, obviously, like, I'm gonna be a little biased. We're both probably gonna be a little biased with
Yeah.
Brock Bowers. Like, Brock Bowers is the term generational gets thrown around a lot, I think. But, yeah, he looks generational.
Hmm.
That's what I think. I mean, but Tucker Craft averaged 11.6 yards a reception. He had 5 receptions, 58 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, he's winning in zone. He's winning against man as well. He's blocking.
He can do it all, and it's amazing to see.
Yeah. Yeah, he really does. He really does it all, and he does it on an elite level. And then you had Matthew Golden, again, another 4 catches, 37 yards, 9.2 yards per catch. I mean, again, anytime they targeted him, he was wide open or he's making a sideline catch to get the first down, you
Hmm.
know? And obviously, like Romeo Dobbs again, 6 catches for 72 yards. I believe he had 8 targets. Golden only had 5. Golden caught 5 out of his 4. And then I think Tucker Crap ended up
Or
having,
4 out of his 5. 5 out of his 4 targets doesn't make sense math wise,
yeah.
but I'm just playing with you.
Tucker Craft, he was targeted 10 times, though. I'm pretty sure.
He should be targeted 10 times.
Exactly.
You see a lot with Romeo too is the kind of when Jordan thinks he's in trouble or kind of has to scramble, Romeo will make a play off script or be the first one to come off script and kind of get himself open for Jordan, which is I think one of the things that he's the best Packers receiver at doing cuz he's just been Jordan's guy for so long.
I mean, okay. I will say this. I don't I think that he does go off script, but it's not as much as people think it is. Because there's like 1 or 2 forced balls to him when like, I don't wanna say that Jordan Love panicked, because it's not I don't think that's the appropriate word here, but, I think it was an attempted chemistry throw, and he was
Yeah.
thrown into, like, double, triple coverage after the play broke down.
Yeah.
So, like, Romeo Dobbs he's a solid player.
I know you have your issues with him or with him taking like the targets and you want Matthew Golden to get most of those touches. I think with Romeo Dobbs, he is really only an X wide receiver. He is a little slower than you would like.
Mhm.
Um he separates well but almost not well enough. And I think
Not
you can get it.
consistently enough.
Yeah. I think you can get his production in aggregate from people I think if you start like if you get rid of Romeo and you start playing Malik Heath more, you start maybe calling up Will Shepherd a couple times. Like I don't think anything changes.
And I think that Matthew Golden can be that off script guy too, because that's what he had to do with Quinn and Ewers.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, yeah. And then I think it wasn't this game, but the game before, like Golden said like he saw Jordan scramble out to the left and he leveled off his route a little bit more to give the more room from the safety. So like he's got the IQ, he can do it.
It's just giving him the opportunities because
Mm-hmm.
I mean he was like I said he had what 3 catches in the first
Drive.
pretty much yeah he was I legitimately think he was targeted in what seemed like the first 2 minutes. That's an exaggeration a bit.
Yeah.
And then he was targeted one time. He had 1 catch in the second half.
Yeah, and then not at all until like the fourth quarter, and they were driving, and he came open across the middle of the field and ran for like 16 yards.
Yeah. Which is again, you spent a first round pick on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
understand that there's chemistry, but this is one of those things. We scored 27 points again to win the game, which is again all 4 of our games, 27 points, all
Yeah.
4 of our wins. It's
Mhm.
just a weird thing.
They played well though. Like our Dobbs and Golden, they played great. You'd like to see them keep building on the momentum. And
Mhm.
just one more thing too is you know how Green Bay drafts someone and then like rarely puts them out right away. Like they'll kind of just let them sit for a bit and then start
Dr-
rotating him in.
Quote unquote develop.
Yeah, I know it's kind of different with first round picks. Like I think like other than Eric Stokes because of injury, like he kind of had to play right away. I think the only person that they've drafted high recently and put in right away has been Quay, like a first round pick.
Yeah, because Devontae Wyatt rotated in too as well.
Devontae Wyatt rotated in. They rotated in, and then for like second rounds, they rotated in Bull. Uh, last year they rotated in Coop. Um,
Yeah. Well, Coop had injury, and then he
that's
eventually just
true.
kind of ran with it once he
Hmm.
kind of got integrated there. Yeah, I think with wide receiver, it's a little. I do think with wide receiver, it's a little bit different. I mean, Matthew Golden wasn't out there on punt returns and kick returns, which was, I think, that's a step in the right direction.
I think I agree with you. I think that also he's the wrong player on kick returns and punt returns because he either goes for like lets it go over his head or he goes for the big play. He's not like
It's
that
not his
kind of
forte.
not his forte.
That's not what he, and that's not going to make him a better wide receiver either.
No.
And like, obviously, we can go about this. I think we should dedicate an episode to talking about like the wide receiver dilemma coming up here.
Yes.
Just just with Christian Watson most likely coming back this week. I know that the window opens up the day after
It
the
closes the day after the Pittsburgh
or the
game.
closes the day after the Pittsburgh Steelers game Sunday Night Football. But I'd imagine that he should be ready to go for that game. And Pittsburgh did like redo their field, so there shouldn't be any field concerns there. Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs though,
run game was great.
yeah, another good game.
Especially too because he was dealing with a calf injury.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that dude's a dog. He fought to play too. he had words
Yeah.
with the coaching staff, which is a testament to the relationship there too, that you can be frank, be matter of fact, and say, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm good to go. I'm feeling it. Put the ball in my hands. I'll go do work." And he did some hard running.
And you could tell he was on a snap count too, like just being pulled in and out. He did hard running. He basically sealed the game at the end, just being like, I I know where I am and what I have to do, and you're not getting me down until I do that type thing. Because I think Josh Jacobs is one of the best. He is a top 3 running back in the league, but I think he is one of the best at knowing where he is on the field and kind of like down in distance. So,
Very underrated running back, and
mhm,
our offensive line isn't exactly known for their run blocking, to say the least,
right now, no.
unfortunately. So, I still
And
think it's a testament to who Josh Jacobs is as a player, the fact that he is going out, getting 2 touchdowns, and just absolutely punishing those defensive lines.
right. Speaking of offensive line, this is one of my minor discussion points here that I think could be a little bit of a critique. I think it is time to change something at the offensive line. I know they don't like Ryan, or they don't seem to play him as much at right guard, and that's been primarily Jordan Morgan's spot. But
Recently.
recently, over the last 2 games, you have seen routinely Rasheed Walker just get walked back into Jordan Love's lap.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for that experiment to end. Like, Rasheed's been great. Like, he's been nice and serviceable at left tackle, and for a 7th round pick, that's remarkable. And you wish him all the best, but it's kind of insane, actually, to see at least the change from like last year to this year. So,
Yeah, I mean, I know that they'd like to see consistency there. So,
mhm,
like, I understand to a point not rotating Sheed and Morgan,
yeah, I
but
think probably not rotating, but I would like to see maybe Morgan at left tackle this week because I think he would hold up better against Watt
yeah,
than Sheed would because I think Watt would give Sheed fits.
I think Watt is going to. I think TJ Watt is definitely going to give Sheed Walker fits, to say the
Uh,
least. And Morgan just has better athleticism. And if you
yeah,
give
he's
him a
like,
week to focus on one position, like it shows that he can perform well.
hmm like look in the preseason. I know it's not like, oh, it's preseason opposition and everything too, but like he did well against Will McDonald when he played the Jets.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they did all right. He can hold up. Worst comes to worst, like if you have to help him with like chips, tight ends. Like you can figure that out when the time comes. But I think right now, off of just pure like 5-on-5, my guy blocks your guy. I think Jordan Morgan is going to be better at that than Rasheed Walker will be for this upcoming game. One small thing too about the offense that I've noticed over the past couple games. This will be a quick little point. I believe, or I've started to notice, and I'm having some questions now about Stenovich because that the offensive like game plan doesn't seem to be as prepared as you'd hope it would. Like the offense just doesn't seem prepared heading into a game, and then they realize that like 5 minutes with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, if they're lucky.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree. And I've had my issues with Stenovich. Just it doesn't really seem like the game plan is all put together w- with
And
Matt Lafleur, and I don't think that's like again Matt Lafleur. I think is a great coach. I think he's a top 5 coach. People calling for him to be fired. I think that's dumb. I think there are fair criticisms of his play calling, and I also think there are valid criticisms, especially when it comes to the people he surrounds himself with, and
mhm,
that really kind of comes to fruition when it comes with the game plan and such. And you see it specifically, like you and I both know what the offensive coordinator is there for, to help game plan. And
yes,
I'm just not liking the way this game plan is going through Adam Stenovich. And there's a reason why he hasn't been hired away yet.
Yeah, but it's like when you look at Matt LaFleur's offense from like last year, 2 years ago, and then you look at the one now, there is disparities in play calling.
Yeah, and like I mentioned this, it was nice to see Jordan Love to kind of say, "Hey, like, no, we need to be more aggressive here."
Like I don't know why you don't see more like, well, you did in the first couple games or in the first game or two of like the pre-snap motion, kind of manipulating the defense, using the pre-snap motion to get free runners over the middle, anything like that. Like we also don't seem to be utilizing deep crossing routes as much. There's I think I counted it like maybe like 5 times. A couple passing plays, you're basically running every receiver's running like 7-yard hitches and then turning to the quarterback. Like
I just wonder if it's because of the fact that we don't have Christian Watson.
I think it's a personnel part of it. It might be like a personnel thing with we don't like Watson started the year hurt. Reed went down, so they might view the position as thin, and they don't know how much they want Golden to do right away, or how much like risk they're willing to put on him too. So once Watson gets back, and we can kind of stretch the field vertically more and have more of a complete picture of the offense, then that's really when we can have a more complete discussion around this. But I just think like the rhythm's not quite there. The same like efficiency hiccup. There's something's not right.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Christian Watson coming back.
Watson coming back's the big one.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get our answer this week. I think
I hope
practice
so.
practice on Wednesday, so I hope I get more than just a "we'll see how it goes" kind of a thing. But that's probably what we'll get.
Probably. I think they have to. Have to play him this week, pretty much. Other than just
Yeah,
activating him.
I mean they gave him a what? This is like what week 3 now.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
on.
They're giving him like a mini training camp to get brought up to like get physically back up to beat everything. They activated Monk prior to the game,
Yes,
so
yes
he's
they did.
back, backup center.
And let's get into
The
the
defense now.
defense. Yeah, I mean
Now we can run
again
through
we
it.
already touched about this at the beginning. I won't like beat a quote unquote dead horse or brag about it any more than we have to. I mean Micah Parsons, best trade we've had since Reggie White. Clearly, 3
Mm-hmm.
sacks, constant pressure. I mean, finally got a holding call, had a hip drop tackle, which I mean it kind of was, but they rarely
Yeah,
call that.
it's rare to call, and it's kind of hard to like in that situation. You don't want to tackle someone forward, and so he was trying his best to avoid it. So
But I mean, he's definitely a game changer on that defense. I mean, clearly an emotional tone setter. I mean, when it started to matter, when like our corners were getting burned so bad again, repeatedly, and
yeah, it was
especially on
bad.
3rd and long. I mean, Micah Parsons just dialed in and said, "That's it. I'm gonna wreck Arizona's rhythm," and that is exactly what he did.
Yeah,
And I don't think it was just like Micah Parsons that had a big impact too. I mean, Quay Walker, he does struggle in coverage, but when it came to doing everything else, I mean, Edgerrin
dude,
Cooper and Quay
blew up
Walker.
blew up the blitz like on a blitz. You just
Oh yeah,
he took the running back with him pretty much.
yeah, yeah. Quay Walker was all over the place, hit sticking running backs, hit sticking quarterback, quarterback. I mean, I think I saw one play where Jacoby Brissett got up and he was in pain, and then they had to run a run play. They had to run a run play right over because he was clearly like, "Oh, I'm hurt," kind of a thing. But they were awesome. I mean, I have hardly any complaint. I mean, I have some complaints about the DTs. Like, I still think I know people are like, "Oh yeah, Colby Wooden's been doing well."
He had a good game. Can't hate him for that. He had a good game. Um, one more, he's serviceable. One more thing about Micah. Last point, I swear. I love his sack celebration. He just points to the sky, holds up the one. Is the Curly Lambeau thing that he's paying homage to?
It looks like it. I thought so, yeah.
I love that. That's what I love. And then defensive line, I thought played well. You started to see what they were going to figure out to do with that Devontae. Colby Wooden had a good game. As much as we rag on him, he had a good game. Brinson showed more and more snaps. He didn't quite get pressures and tackles for loss like I predicted he would. My bad. But he held the point of attack well. He came close a couple times. And that's for your second NFL game. That's pretty much more than you can ask for. Quay, starting to believe he's an edge rusher in the middle linebacker's body.
For real. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, he has played so much better this season than he has in seasons past. But dude was just wrecking everything, like putting fear into Jacoby Brissett's heart.
Yeah, if
And
it wasn't for the cornerbacks,
yeah,
like, I mean, to be entirely honest, like, the cornerbacks were borderline unplayable. Nate Hobbs, I don't think he defended anything.
yeah, I think he allowed almost a perfect passer rating, right? Or like a passer rating in the 120s.
Pretty close.
Still, it was high. There were a couple of like PI calls that I think were a little ticky tacky. So especially the one on Evan Williams, like that one was a little iffy.
Yeah, the Evan Williams one was a little weird.
But with that like ref crew, you knew flags were gonna fly. So it also felt like we were getting a ton of penalties all game, just like it was an undisciplined game for us.
Von Bullard, though, had a very good coverage game, surprisingly.
Yeah, they were playing. You notice they were playing a lot of base.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
and so my point for the base defense too is that I think it should be Hopper out there instead of McDuffie.
Yeah. I mean, the story of the day here again, another week, same story is you got to do something about this secondary. And I don't expect Matt LaFleur to come out and say, "Yeah, we're going to bench these guys. They're terrible."
Yeah, you'll rarely ever hear a coach say something negative about a player in the media. It's just like even I can't blame reporters for asking the questions, but it's like, what do you expect? No, no, like professional coach is going to say anything negative ever.
No, they're not going to say anything negative about it, and they're going to continue to double down on the guys that they brought in, which I completely understand. Like, obviously, like right now, their words say one thing, but they're making calls, so that kind of says another. They are making calls.
It's very good. They're making calls. They have to make calls.
Yeah, I mean, like I watched the Lions game versus the Buccaneers, and I watched a couple other games on Sunday as well. And like legitimately, the Packers get one competent cornerback.
And it's
one.
lights out. Yeah. It's either that or we just start playing like our best covered corner that's on our roster. And we just haven't yet, really. So I don't know like if Valentine is like assaulting people in practice. But
he has struggled with tackling, so he can't be assaulting people.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, the only thing I can think of is it's the tackling thing.
Mm.
And I know last year, apparently, he had struggled with coverage concepts a little bit.
Oh.
So at least that was the rumor as to why.
You know what? That doesn't surprise
play as much
me.
until the end. It is kind of was an issue with him coming out of college. So I think that could be an issue, which would make sense as to why they're not. I mean, he only had 2 snaps. That's it. So there's definitely something going on there that we're not aware of. We'll see. I mean, the trade deadline's NFL November 4th. That's a Tuesday. Tigers are making calls. We'll have to see kind of what goes on there. But, I mean, they were giving up way too many third and longs. Way too many third and longs.
And it was like, it was third and longs, and the pass rush had just almost gotten there. And then Brissett's like just saying, I'm going to just throw to this guy and hope something works. And like, Evan Williams came so close to an interception, or at least a pass breakup on one of those super long third and longs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that to summarize the defense is that pass rush won the game and the coverage almost lost it. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
hmm And it feels like Marvin Harrison played, which we didn't expect. So good on him for clearing concussion protocol. It felt like they stopped throwing his way almost near the end of the game,
Yeah, a little bit.
which kind of saved us a little bit. Zay Jones surprisingly did well.
Zay Jones earned himself like another contract. Michael Wilson, or like, I mean, they made all the wide receivers look like wide receiver ones at that point, especially on third and long. Like, that's probably the biggest thing.
The third and longs were kind of inexcusable, but it was weird. I mean, I know it's third and long, so you're going to kind of give a bit of a cushion, but and it's tougher against bigger receivers, which the Cardinals had at that point. But like, get some hand. You're playing. You have bigger corners, or you have more physical style of corners, right? In Nixon and Hobbs, who you like to play on the outside. Bullard can do it too, and Dime. Like, get up there, get some hands on people. Get within 5 yards. Anything goes. Jam them up a little.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got to do something here moving forward because you're going to be playing some better teams, and they're not going to make the same mistakes as a lot of these like backup quarterbacks will and such. Can't believe we're saying this for the what second week in a row. Special teams.
They did well. I have a question here for you. When the time comes, do you carry two kickers on the squad?
I I mean, no. I think you try and see. Like as the time of recording is the Giants actually just cut their kicker, so I'm thinking, hey, see if you can't get a 6th round pick for one of them. I mean, I think the bigger question is who do you roll with? I mean, Lucas, have a risk, have a risk.
Set a Packers record
Yeah,
61-yard field goal.
like broke the goat Mason Crosby's record of 58 yards, 61. Like, this dude has nailed everything since getting the job. I can't ask for better with a kicker. It's just a matter of like you roll with McManus when he comes back. I mean, Havarisk is younger and cheaper, but McManus has definitely earned it and has the experience because I mean, Havarisk has been around a little bit here. I mean, he was the Rams former kicker. So it's going to be a little bit of a conundrum there, but it's a good conundrum to have for once
Yeah,
compared to what we've been dealing with the past years.
yeah. One like last couple of years, you had Andrews Carlson and Narvison, so like that wasn't fun. I think it's an interesting discussion between the two. Havarisk, yeah, is younger. He's cheaper. McManus is more experienced, and I feel like I'd trust McManus in the bigger situations more.
I
And
mean, 61 yards is kind of a big situation.
yeah, I know, but like
that
game on the line, like
was the momentum swing.
it was the momentum swing. I think like game on the line or like playoff game is down to a field goal. I think I'd trust McManus.
Trust McManus.
Yeah,
I get that.
because he's
I can
got the
understand.
experience, like the career of experience too, and like McManus has hit long field goals before. Would I trust him, or would I want him right now to kick a 61-yarder? Probably not. Do I think he could do it? Probably.
Yeah.
Like he probably could,
Depending on the weather.
depending on the weather. If it's in a dome, yikes, might happen, but it's good. There wasn't really any on like speaking of special teams, kickoff coverage. There wasn't any really big returns, save for one, and then there was a penalty on that return, which started them on the 45 on our side. That was kind of the big like kickoff coverage blunder, but it was like fine for the most rest of the game.
Yeah, the kickoff coverage is going to be what it is right now. But I'm just happy that we're not kicks aren't being uh, field goals aren't being blocked, and we're nailing 61 yarders. I'm not going to complain about that. I'd rather
Mhm.
them as long as I don't have to complain about them in terms of like even if they're just serviceable, which punt returns and kick returns are just serviceable at this point, is what it is. I'm like it's a step in the right direction if field goals aren't getting blocked.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't complain about that. Obviously, like the secondary that needs to get tightened up. Looking ahead here, Packers aren't perfect. They're growing here. I mean, Parsons game changer. Love's taking the next step. I think in being a leader of this team, and now we're heading to face Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Sunday Night Football, which we'll talk about in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. That's all. Until next time.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, go Pack Go!